A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David. And we have had a usual day. Oh boy, we're getting sick of on and off rain, clouds, and so on. At the moment, it's 80% cloud cover, and it's just gone up to 18 degrees. That's actually the hottest it's been all day. 2 knots of northerly and a plunging barometer 1009 because we've got a front coming overnight. So it will be a bit of damp day for Walking Monday. A little bit of a change tonight in format because the Bathurst 1000 is on, and my petrol head here, it's only got 39 laps to go. So he wants to get back to it rather rapidly, so we'll put him on first, and then I will talk to boats after that. Actually, the first 4 cars are GM cars, Camaros, followed by 4 Mustangs. So it's kind of interesting, but it is, of course, now they've got the main drivers back on, and all will be revealed after 40 laps, but it's going to get quite exciting. As so far, there has not been a safety car stoppage, which is rather interesting and I think unique in the history of the race. America's Cup news: New Zealand are ahead 2-0, but not to take that to the bank because it was in very light air, which New Zealand does better in with their sails and boat design. So anyway, they've got 2 on the board. All right, I'm going to pass the microphone now, and then David can get back to the television.
Okay, I appreciate this, folks. Listen, the big picture today shows a very active trough that's running from the Solomons, and it's curving slightly to northern Vanuatu, then over Vanuatu in Fiji, and then over Tongatapu, and continuing to the southeast from there. Now, moving south, the depression affects New Zealand, and it's centered just off 90 Mile Beach. By Monday lunch tomorrow, the center looks to be over Cook Strait, with a cold front that is arcing north over East Cape, then crosses 30 south and 177 east. That's 30 south and 177 east. Make a little dot on your chart there, and continues on to Hervey Bay in Australia. Now for Wednesday the 16th, we've jumped a few days, and get ready for this now. Extremely active convection affects all of Vanuatu, with northeast winds clashing with the traditional southeast winds, and that is thanks to a very weak high that's centered near 33 and 165 east. That's 33 and 165 east. Now, let's check out the 17th, Thursday. As I've been saying for a number of days now, the potential for a depression is supported by a number of models, and sure enough, the potential is still hanging over our heads. Models center a depression about 18 south and 177 east. That's 18 south and 177 east, or just west of Fiji. Now, late on Thursday, what I gave you was lunchtime on Thursday. Late on Thursday, it sits nearly right over Fiji, with troughing running all the way over to Nuku'alofa in the Tonga Islands. Strong southeast winds are going to be clashing with north to north-northeast winds. Now, maybe a break while all of this is going on. We have a very nice high that has traversed the salmon. We had salmon the other day. The Tasman. It has traversed the Tasman, and it sits over New Zealand late Thursday the 17th. Now, this is a from what I could see, a medium pressure system with anticyclonic isobars, beautiful shaped isobars, covering the cruising routes. Very, very nice southeast winds for the most part. Now, as this high moves east, which it will, the next cold front hits New Zealand maybe Monday the 22nd. Now that would be a good arrival date because in addition to the front that's hitting New Zealand, there is another depression that looks to have formed around the Tonga area, just to the south of Tonga. Now, all of what I just said are ideas from our models. I'll say it again, ideas from our models. So, well, will reality match this? And all I can say is we're just going to have to wait and see. So we'll give you another update tomorrow, but that's the general picture. So there is an opportunity to move, but there's also a lot of activity that's not pleasant up in the islands because of the troughing systems. So with that, I'm afraid I'm going to get back to Bathurst 1000, and here's the chief.
Well, it is getting exciting, so I can imagine that he's quite keen to get back to it. And I see there's nobody listening on streaming, so he has a good excuse to depart the scene. Wind shift is slowed down somewhat because of the light winds. They are currently doing about 3.8, and this was at 5 o'clock actually, an hour or so ago. 27 south and 17340 east, and it was light southwest. Now there's quite a few boats are looking to go, so we'll be trying to digest whether the conditions are such that the crew will be happy. But meanwhile, we have one boat getting very close to the end of their passage, and that's Carrera. Now I am struggling with Carrera's position report because it's very, very light, but I will tell you where they were just under an hour ago, and then we'll see if I can copy them. But it is 8 knots on a course of 246 direct to Bundaberg for Carrera at the moment. 2210 and 15556 east, southeast 20, probably be like that for another 24 hours, but then slowly backs and lightens for their arrival probably Tuesday. So Carrera, Gulf Harbour Radio. Yeah, I will have absolutely no chance of copying you tonight, Mike. It's very, very light. I do know you're there, and I certainly know you're moving really well with those nice southeast winds. A very good weather window for you to get from Vanuatu to Bundaberg. Nothing evil, it's just a good run to the finish line. So if there was anything, we would email you, but nothing to talk about, and it will be a pleasant arrival. So is all well on board? Please give me a roger, over. Oh, I actually got that, so that's excellent news. So the AIS is working really, really well, so I've sort of been following you along, and all is good. So we'll finish with you, and well, we may hear you tomorrow, but boy, that radio is really, really light, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Other boats reported yesterday that they could not copy you either. So we'll clear with Carrera, and is there anybody wanting to do a radio check? Please call now. No, nothing heard. I see a lot of boats are gathering at Pangamotu for the rally. Hello to rally boats. You'll all be getting excited for heading south. Make sure you have all your communications working, please. And we'll be talking to some of you on the way south anyway, but it would be good to get some radio checks in before departure. Okay, folks, is there anybody with anything? Over. Ah, Mintaka, and are you guys thinking about leaving? Over.
We have just left General, so I will give you our radio report. So we are 15 minutes south, 17706 east. We're traveling at 1952, close to 8 knots. We have over this deck 25 knots in the breeze, sometimes 30. 2.5 meter swells at 5 seconds, and winds generally coming at us from about 143.
Okay, well, you're clearing the pluie weather that's coming up. I just missed your current wind speed and direction. Over.
Wind speed 25 knots, and coming from 143.
Okay, I put down 25 and I thought, no, it didn't look as bad as that on the models, but it is. Okay, Mintaka, heading home, hopefully with some warmer weather for us. 18 degrees, 15 south, 177 degrees, 16 east, course 155 true at 8 knots, 25 knots from the southeast, and a 2.5 meter swell. How many on board? Over.
We're sailing with 3, and I'd say at the moment we're sailing with about 2.5, because I'm feeling really good.
Well, I know the feeling, but yeah, it does take a couple of days to come right. But well, at least the 2.5, you'll just have to make sure they're doing their job. Over.
Yeah, it takes you a few days to make few legs, but we've really enjoyed being up and here for the last 6 months, and met lots of lovely people actually, as you've experienced, and just been an amazing period, and it's time to go home, and we're making our way home at this point.
Okay, well, it's you certainly missed out on a relatively warm but wet winter here, so we're hoping for some decent weather, and maybe you'll bring some with you. So, well, that sounds good, and we'll be following your progress. Talk to you tomorrow night. Yeah, it's interesting. It's probably a good time to get out of Dodge, as it were, Phil. So, alrighty, well. Hopefully you'll get your sea legs quickly, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Over.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Phil. And is there anybody else before I whip back to the television? No, nothing heard. We don't normally get excited by anything on the TV, but we have Sky for a week so that we can watch this race, and it is going to be a pretty exciting one now. The last 25 laps, 30 laps are always very exciting when they push the limits. Okay, cheers everybody. We will be back again tomorrow, and we'll see what things are doing and what the weather is going to settle into. Cheers all. The frequency's yours if you want it.